Thank you very much for visiting my channel. If not difficult, like and subscribe to my channel to always be aware of events. Thank. Raging Russian nationalists called on Sunday for President Vladimir Putin to make immediate changes to ensure victory in the Ukraine war after troops were forced to retreat amid a series of strong Ukrainian counterattacks. Ukraine's troops on Saturday stormed east out of second city Kharkiv, smashing through Russian lines and liberating huge swathes of territory, including the key strategic city of Izium, along with several key transport and logistics hubs supporting Putin's men in the Donbas. The news prompted Chechen leader and Putin ally Ramzan Kadyrov to publish an 11-minute-long rant on the Telegram messaging app, declaring that changes must be made to turn the tide of the war. If today or tomorrow changes are not made in the conduct of the special military operation, I will be forced to go to the country's leadership to explain to them the situation on the ground, Kadyrov exclaimed. Putin, who is Russia's supreme commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu are yet to publicly comment on the defeat. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov meanwhile declined to answer directly when asked by a reporter on Monday whether the Russian president had confidence in his military leadership. The military operation continues, Peskov insisted, avoiding the question, and it will continue until the goals that were originally set are achieved. The widespread retreat of Russian troops from the Kharkiv region and Izium came on Moscow Day, a holiday which marks the founding of the Russian capital in 1147. Moscow's almost total silence on the defeat, or any explanation for what had taken place in northeastern Ukraine beyond a claim its troops were simply regrouping, sparked significant anger among nationalists and some pro-war commentators on social media. Igor Girkin, a nationalist militant and former FSB officer who was involved in the orchestration of the Russian-backed war in eastern Ukraine in 2014, compared the collapse of one of the conflict's principal front lines to the 1905 Battle of Mukden, a catastrophic defeat in the Russo-Japanese War which triggered Russia's 1905 revolution. Girkin, who has been unsparing in his criticisms of the country's top brass, dubbing Defense Minister Shoigu, the cardboard marshal, has said repeatedly that Russia will be defeated in Ukraine if it doesn't declare a nationwide mobilization. Meanwhile, one prominent pro-war military blogger who posts under the name of Rebar said on Telegram, "They're taking the P***. Now is not the time to shut up and say nothing. This seriously hurts the cause." And Russian MP Sergei Mironov said on Twitter that a firework display in honor of the Moscow Day holiday should be cancelled in view of the military situation. One message reposted on Telegram by the prominent war correspondent Semyon Pegov referred to the celebrations in Moscow as blasphemous, and the refusal of Russian authorities to embark on full-scale war as schizophrenic.